through the IP will send faculty to train the faculty those colleges, the areas where they require training. And we also conduct student development programs for the final year graduates to plan their careers, next career. And through this MOU, we wanted to help institutions. They can visit IP, meet faculty, publish in IP journals, and have long-term academic collaboration. And this person is also as part of you. That Nita actually was for former colleague, but IP. He did PhD in governance. I'm very happy that she has come forward to fund this program.
Thank you, sir.
And I'm familiar with relationship. I'm familiar with. Hello. Oh no. Okay. Right. System. Oh, okay. Neither are you able to hear me? Dr. Nita?
Sir, కొంచెం voice clear లేదు, sir.
Okay.
It's not.
We're able to hear you, sir, but a little disturbance is there,
Yes,
sir.
disturbance is there.
Yeah. Video is switched off. I think we'll have some. I'll.
Participant, pardon, Director sir is facing some technical issue. Just give us a 1-2 minutes.
Yeah. Now, Ramakrishna has switched off my video.
Yes, sir. Now you are audible, sir. Yeah.
Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Right. Hello, Rakesh.
Sir,
You are there, right?
Good afternoon, sir.
Friends, yeah, good afternoon. So, my colleague Rakesh, Pani, they are helping in this endeavor. Thanks to them. I'll continue my speech. Dr. Neeta and the faculty present here. IP believes in sharing the resources. That's how it has been conducting many programs. We have, through these MOUs, through online programs, we have trained many, almost hundreds of faculty, thousands of students. Faculty, especially in the areas where they need training. One such area is, of course, the artificial intelligence, what we are discussing today. 15 days back, we had one online program where more than 1,500 teachers, they participated. So this is the advantage of power of online FDP programs. Faculty, instead of traveling long distances and without obstructing their regular office work, in a comfortable way, they can listen. And this 3-day program, every day 2:30 to 4 will provide an opportunity for you to understand the applications of artificial intelligence, especially in teaching. So the faculty who are in teaching position, they will be the role models and they are going to shape the destiny of many students who are coming from different backgrounds. So if the teachers are well equipped, automatically students will be benefited because the teacher, while using technology, will also motivate students to use the technology and also flourish. That's how faculty development programs become very essential. And this artificial intelligence applications are there in every domain, every field. Either you take manufacturing sector or industry or agriculture or services, you name it. The implications are phenomenal and you will be fascinated to see the applications. If that is the case, how the teaching profession is actually affected or are going to be helped by this artificial intelligence. My colleagues, Professor Ramakrishna and the other colleagues, they will be discussing with you how we can use artificial intelligence in our research activity, in our teaching activity, teaching pedagogy, and writing good articles in many ways. So I welcome all the faculty who are from different locations, different colleges. I welcome them. In fact, I myself was a product of residential college. That's how I have fascination for residential system. I was product of APRJC Nagarjuna Sagar, where I studied during 1980-82. I studied my CEC, and after that, I was product of Silver Jubilee College, Kurnool, where I did BCom. And now, of course, my wife is also product. I mean, she is faculty in Telangana Social Fair Residential College, Medchal. So I know how the institutions are working hard to provide the best possible education to the student community. So I congratulate all the faculty of the Telangana Residential Educational Society and also other societies and also faculty who have joined from other degree colleges and PG colleges for this workshop. And feel free, and our faculty will be providing the best possible inputs in this 3 day. Maybe if necessary, we can also plan other programs. So we want to create a feeling that IP is there to help the teaching community in whatever way, especially in training the faculty. And you can also visit our library. You can meet our faculty. They can be your PhD guides. So this long-term collaboration is very important in the context of India emerging as the third largest economy. Our challenges are many. We have to make effective use of our demographic dividend. The population is the number one in the globe now, 145 crores plus. And how can we equip the students? NEP 2020 speaks about skill-based education. So can we provide the skills to the students? So that is a challenge for all colleges, universities, B schools now. So the curriculum, pedagogy that is followed in institution should help the students to come out as skilled graduates so that they are absorbed by the industry and unemployment problem can be solved. So with this intention only, started these FD programs. And of course, now is the most convenient way. And we find even participants coming from other countries as well. So that is the power of this online way of communication. I wish all the participants all the best. I compliment my colleague, Professor Ramkrishna and Dr. Neeta, a former colleague and presently principal of the Residential Degree College, Nagar, and all the faculty who are present here. Thank you. Namaste. Hello. I'm done with
Yes, sir.
Ramkrishna.
Yes.
Thank
sir.
you
Thank
so
you,
much,
sir.
sir. Thank you so much, sir. Now I request Principal of PGPWRDC Shadnagar, Neeta ma'am, to welcome the audience.
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah.
A very good afternoon to one and all. On behalf of Telangana Tribal Welfare Residential Education Institution Society's curriculum and Telangana Tribal Welfare Residential Degree College for Women, Shadnagar, I take this privilege to welcome you all to this virtual platform for 3-day faculty development program on AI for Excellence in Teaching. At the outset, I would like to thank Professor Srinivas Murthy sir, Director IP and resource person for these 3 days, Professor Y. Ramakrishna, for joining us and accepting our invitation to conduct 3-day free online FDP. Thank you, sir. A warm welcome to all the participants. Thank you for joining. Before we proceed to the program, I would like to brief about our college. Our college, Telangana Tribal Welfare Residential Degree College for Women, Shadnagar, is one among 22 degree colleges. Under this, we have 15 women institutions and 7 men institutions. Apart from this, we have specialized institutions, that is Fine Arts College, Law College, and Armed Forces Preparatory College. Our college has been established in 2017 under KG to PG free education policy government of Telangana. In this due course of time, our college has opened the doors of marginalized and socially, economically underprivileged students which is transformed into educated and empowered women in the society. This society is currently headed under the leadership of Dr. A. Sharath, IAS, Principal Secretary to Tribal Welfare Department, and Srimati K. Sita Lakshmi, IAS, Secretary TGTWREIS. Our college is running with 6 undergraduate courses and 1 postgraduate course that is 5 years integrated chemistry with the strength of 420 students. Our college motto is to provide quality education to tribal students, guiding them for higher education. We not only focus on academics, but also holistic development of students by conducting various activities such as club activities, NSS, NCC, field trips, industrial visits, etc. Our college is also registered under MHRD's Ministry of Education Institution Innovation Council, under which we are conducting various programs on entrepreneurship, startups in the form of student skill development programs. Under the leadership of our secretary, various coachings are being organized such as IIT JAM, CAT, data science, mobile application and web development, PG entrance coaching, film screening and acting, and much more to come. Students from our college have participated in national athletics, games and sports. Our passed out students are placed in various companies such as Accenture, BNU, Kirtana, and also placed in various universities for postgraduate courses like HCU, OU, etc. Coming to this 3-day faculty development program on AI for excellence in teaching. As we all are aware, in today's rapidly evolving world, AI has emerged as a transformative force, revolutionizing the way we live, work, and interact. As educators, it is essential that we stay abreast of this development and integrate AI into our teaching, learning, and research. This FDP aims to provide a comprehensive understanding of AI concept, its applications, and its potential to enhance research in various disciplines. Our resource person will delve into topics such as AI tools for innovative pedagogy day 1 and day 2 AI for academic excellence, day 3 AI for research and report writing. I encourage you all to actively participate, ask questions, and share your experiences. This FDP will be a wonderful opportunity to network with fellow educators, learn from each other, and take away valuable insight and skills. Once again, I welcome you all and I wish productive and enriching experience during this FDP. Thank you once again. Now I request Spandana Madam to introduce about our today's resource person, Y. Ramakrishna sir.
Good afternoon, everyone. I welcome you all to the session on AI excellence in teaching. It is my honor to introduce our chief resource person, Professor Ramakrishna Yalamanchili. Sir is a professor at the Institute of Public Enterprise. He is a professor of leadership and strategy. He trained thousands of students, faculty members, small business owners, etc. He holds a PhD in Management of Science from JNTU Hyderabad. He's a former student of IIM Ahmedabad and an MBA Gold Medalist from Kakatiya University. Sir authorized 6 books and published 58 research papers. Sir mentors MBA students globally, and he is an expert in research method, data analysis, financial econometrics, security analysis, and corporate finance. Ramakrishna sir visited world's best business schools like Stern Business School, Yale Business School, and Harvard Business School. He worked as a financial analyst in Chicago, USA. In the year 2024, sir trained more than 3,000 faculty and students on artificial intelligence tools for effective teaching and academic research. Sir is having YouTube channel named with RKversity, which welcomes students from 125 countries. Thank you for giving me this opportunity, and we are excited to hear insights on AI tools in teaching, sir. Over to you, Ramakrishna, sir.
Spandana, thank you very much. At the outset, I thank our Honorable Director, Professor Srinivas Murthy Garu, for giving a permission to conduct this approval for conducting this program. And I also appreciate the initiative of Dr. Nita Garu, who actually collaborated with us in doing this program. So at IPE, as our director mentioned, we do a lot of training programs for faculty members, students across the country. Now I can say also across the world. At IPE, many of the think that IPE is a research institution, but IPE more than a research institution, it is a business school, which is having around 540 students intake. And for the past 3 years, we have our intake enrollment ratio of 105%. So 5% is a tuition fee waivers. So as director mentioning, many of the students from tribal welfare, social welfare colleges join us under the tuition fee waiver scheme. Every year we have around 24 seats allocated exclusively for the tuition waiver scheme for economically poor students, but based on their merit in CAT or MAT examinations. This is one part. Apart from that, IP is the only business school in the country which is exclusively conducting only MBA program. That is a PGDM program. We have 6 different PGDM programs, but we conduct only MBA program. That is a PG level. No undergraduate programs are there. No other courses are there. We have a doctoral program also with us. So this is a brief about IP. And in addition to that, our students, almost any desired student here in the campus get a placement. 95%, 96% is the placement that we have. And salary ranges from 6 lakhs to 24 lakhs, 25 lakhs, with an average of 8 lakhs. And we have a fully residential campus here in Shamirpet. Students, almost 400 to 500 students stay in a campus. This is 22 acres of a campus. This is in brief about the IP, and a wonderful place to stay, to read, learn, and excel in a career. So apart from teaching our MBA students and all, we move to other places, colleges, conducted training programs, offline, online, so forth. Objective is that our director has a vision saying that knowledge should not be confined to one individual. It has, or a particular thing, knowledge should be shared. When you share your knowledge, you gain more knowledge. So that is a basic motto on which we work. Now, AI tools, when it comes to the AI tools, IP is a pioneer in conducting training programs on AI, because everyone talks about AI. So we know AI, I know AI. Now I have around 170 participants here. That is a foolish to ask that how many of you use AI in everyday activity. So every day we are using AI. Now, even in such a case also, why is that IP is conducting so many training programs on AI is, now knowing AI is different, using AI is different, and using AI for the excellence of students is different. Now we look at AI applications from two perspectives. One is that how is that artificial intelligence help me as a teacher to do my research and publications and all. That's a one. Second is we look at AI. How is that I leverage on AI to deliver effective teaching in my class, so that I enhance my skill set of my class. So this is a core idea of promoting the AI. And there are ethical issues, there are apprehensions. People say that whether AI is right, wrong, good, bad, so and so forth. We take a stand that AI is there, AI is going to be there, and AI is going to conquer the technology and world, and every dimension it is going to be. So in such a scenario, not knowing about AI mean that you are an illiterate in AI. So this is a core idea behind IP and vision of our director, Professor Srinivas Murthy Garu, in promoting AI in education. Now, before this session, I shared one document with you all. Now, Harvard Business School or Harvard University is promoting AI, asking it how each and every professor in Harvard University is using AI. Similarly, Stanford University professors use AI. So when globally everyone is using, we also use, but how professionally we use is the core idea of this workshop. Now, in today's session, I'm going to teach you how AI can be used for an innovative pedagogy. All right. Now, as our National Educational Policy 2020 is talking about innovative pedagogy and giving more importance for it and all. So in this scenario, how is it as a teachers, we can take a help of AI in developing or building a student interactions in a class and innovative pedagogies in a class. So with this brief introduction about IPE and about AI, I'll share my screen here. Yeah. Hope you are able to view my screen.
Yes, sir.
Right, thank you. And now here is my OneNote. So I'm not very familiar with the PowerPoints and all. I'm using a OneNote. Now, whichever the topics which are very simple and easy for you, and we all know that I'll skip quickly, and which requires I'll spend a time on it. Now here, this is what we all know. Am I right? So what is the innovative technology? What is the characteristics of innovative technology in a workplace? Which is that innovation technologies or features is that it need to be student, in the sense our pedagogy need to be student centric, student focused, and we are making an active learning and flexibility, adaptability should be there, and that we have to integrate technology with it. Then we have to encourage collaborative learning among the students, and instead of giving importance to theoretical, we have to teach the students about the problem solving. Emphasis should be on problem solving, and then we have to have a continuous assessments, then encourage the creativity and all, individualize the learning paths, and it need to be any concepts that we teach, it need to be relevant to the real world and feedback oriented. So cultivation of a soft skills, these are the basic characteristics of any AI, in the sense any innovative pedagogy that we talk about. Then next is what are the benefits that we are going to have when you have a innovative pedagogy. When I'm saying that innovative pedagogy, we mean to say that we go to a class, teach the class with a different objective, and with a focus on student centric focus, and making a continuous assessments and real world, by giving real world examples, application of a concepts into real world and all. Now, what are the benefits that we are going to have is, once you have if you take an innovative technology as a path, one is that your classrooms will be vibrant, in the sense when you go for a kind of a passive kind of a teaching, go there as a and start teaching it, and a monologue kind of a thing, students will after a certain point of a time, students stop listening to you. They get disconnected from you, because simply sitting and listening to something for more than 50 minutes, it is very difficult, and gaining attention for listening to anything, it is hardly 20-30 minutes attention that we have. So it becomes more monotonous if you're going for a monologue kind of a teaching. Instead of that, if you go for innovative teachings, then it creates a vibrant classrooms where students will take a participation, interact, discuss, all these things. Then next is it encourages a research, a mindset of a research, in the sense people will start asking a questions like why it is that, why it should be, and why it happens to be. So those kind of questions that we in innovative pedagogy should enhance or increase. Then enhance problem solving and critical thinking, rather than simply learning the topics by hearting them, writing examinations, getting a degree. Instead of that, we have to enhance, in the sense by going for innovative pedagogy. If you're teaching it in a different way, what happens is the problem solving skills of students will increase, and the critical thinking will also increase. Then it also helps in incremental learning of the students, cultivate the soft skills, then assess understanding beyond the grades, then promote self-evaluation. So in the sense, if you, there are two aspects that we can look at in the sense our pedagogy or curriculums. Now, what we teach in a class, what we assess the students in examinations and all, is a one side of the story. And on the other side, if a recruiter is coming to recruit a students, or higher educational institutions are going to take an student given admission and all, there will be a lot of a difference between these two. Like when a company is coming for a recruitment, they look at whether the student is having a soft skills or not, whether the student is able to solve the problems, having a critical thinking ability or not, then team working is there or not. So these are the skills actually they are assessing in a candidate. And what is that we are assessing in an examinations? Now you give a question, 5-mark question, 2 marks question, 3 marks questions, then all the theory writing or numericals. So there is a gap. Now with innovative pedagogy, we can build that gap. Now, and you talk about everyone and everywhere, people talk about innovative technologies, innovative teaching, we do this, we do that, and so forth. But many resist to do that. Now, why is that? As a teachers, we resist in adopting an innovative teaching methods in our classroom. One is that we may lack a training and support. I'm not talking about every individual here. Some of us may lack a training and support to take that innovations in a class, because every time when we talk about a research and we talk about a innovation or a creativity, 90% of the times our innovations fail. And in a class, if you go with some expectation, go there, and if you're not able to deliver, and we'll have that apprehension that student may not give a respect for us. So that is a for that we need to have some training, and we need to have some support from the management also, in the sense your top management, they have to support all this. Next is fear of a technology and technical issues. Using a technology, people have a lot of apprehensions. So I'll tell you a simple example. We go for a class, taking a PowerPoint presentation, everything. Once you go into the class, and many times we see that there is no power in the classroom. If there is no power in the classroom, your PowerPoint have no power. So you're not able to deliver it. Now, this fear or anxiety stops you not to rely on a technology. Then you concerns about a workload. No, already you have so much of a workload that I have. Why is that again I have to create some worksheets for the students? Why is that I have to prepare some case studies for the students? Why we have to do all these things? Why I have to take a unnecessary burden? These are the other set of factors which stops a faculty for not experimenting with the innovative teachings. Then preference for a traditional methods. As I mentioned, even today I go to a class, I use a blackboard instead of using a PowerPoint or technology or anything. I use a blackboard. Now we have a digital boards. Even in a digital board also, I use a pen and paper. I don't use a PowerPoints, because even I am adopting to the technology like a smart board or digital technology, everything I am using. But still in a digital technology also, instead of going for a PowerPoint, I use the same similar kind of a OneNote and write a pen and paper. So write with a pen and explain the concepts, because that's how I've been trained. And changing to another method sometimes I may not like, because that's a preference I give for traditional methods. And sometimes we lack a confidence in doing it. Then perceived lack of a time, as we say that we have to travel every day from workplace to home and home to workplace. Then other things are there, other assignments, not only teaching, we have a accreditation process, so and so forth. Because of all these things also, we will not be able to consider. We think that we don't have a time for innovations. Then you have a resistance to change. I am teaching it for the years, ages, and I can't do it now again. So that is another issue that I'll have. Then we have a lack of a leadership support from a principal, support from a management, support from a top level. These are all the things that we have. And then coming to resources, this is a very big challenge that we face. Now we say that any innovative technology that we are talking about, we need a resources. We need a basic computer, internet, then knowledge about the tools and techniques, and then all these things. And even if you are taking some assignments to the class and go there, then we need to have a projections, we need to have a papers. So many restrictions, constraints will have, because all these factors will actually irritate us, or not to, in a sense, not to focus on, because lack of resources will not actually help you to go for an innovative teach. But even after all these resistance and all, many of us all the time try for something innovation, something new that we have to do, because as a teachers, we want to give the best to the students. As a teachers, we want to be the best faculty member. So these are the drivers, these are the motivators. So now with that goal or ambition of saying that, okay, every teacher want to be creative, want to be give his or her best to the students, in keeping this in mindset. And how is that the artificial intelligence can help us overcoming all these resistances is the core objective of today's session. Now, when you're talking about innovative pedagogies, how is that we can bring innovation into the class? Like you can go for interactive lessons like group discussions, hands-on activities, simulations, case studies, collaborative projects. Now, many of us may be doing this, a few of us may not be doing this, but the next one is flipped classrooms. A flipped classroom is an pedagogy system where before you go to a class, let us say tomorrow you have a class, and before you go to a class, you give some notes to your students and let the students read and come to the class. If you observe, if some of you following my in the members of a group WhatsApp, before the session, I shared a small web page link of Harvard University. So go just visit the that website. I asked you to visit the website and find out what is the content there. And now coming to the class. So this is a small example of a flipped classroom. In the sense, before students come to the class, you share the content with them so that they read that content and come to the class. That's the one. Then peer teaching is another where one student among the in the class will actually teach other students. Now, as a teachers, we say that peer teaching is not a possible and all, but with an AI, we can create a peer teaching model, and we create some kind of a notes in a using an AI tool. And instead of one student is teaching to the other students, we can give our own making an assumption of this one individual is acting as a peer of a class and how he's going to interact. That kind of a context also we can build with the AI. Then peer feedback, how each individual is giving a feedback to others. Then project based learning and creating a jigsaws. This is important when you are talking about teaching courses in sciences and all. Then personalized learning, identifying each individual student, their strengths, their weaknesses, and providing them additional skill set, additional knowledge. So that personalized skill sets can also be built with AI tools. Then gamifications is another one, and problem solving based. These are the innovative strategies. Now, how is that we are going to use AI for these innovative strategies that we'll see. Now, innovative strategies, or when you're talking about artificial intelligence, broadly, artificial intelligence or AI tools can be classified into three different sets. One are the large language models, where these models have or these models are built on a huge database of some 30-40 terabytes of a data. Basing on the 30-40 terabytes of a data, these models work. This is whatever it is there in the repository, they try to fill and they try to extract from it, mine it. From there, they try to get an answers as required by us. Examples are your most popular like a ChatGPT, Gemini. Recent recent addition into this is a DeepSeek. Then Microsoft Copilot. Copilot now have a additional version. Then Perplexity. These are all examples of large language models. Then you have a small language models. Small language models work on a small data set, and they are for exclusively meant for certain areas or programs. Then we have a multi-models, where multi-models accept all kinds of inputs and outputs, where you have a text, you have an image, you have a video, and you can ask for the designs, you can ask for pictures, so voice. So these are all, when you give an input into all these things, you have a multi models. Now these are all the tools. Now how is that we are going to use this is, now I'll just explain you how I actually use some of these tools for pedagogy into my routine day-to-day class activities and all. We'll start with some simple examples. Let us say I have a GPTs here. Yeah. Now I have I'm using a chat GPT. In chat GPT, how is it you can ask it for your lesson plan? So suppose we'll start with a simple example. Let me say that today I want to take a class on one particular topic. All right. So many of your here, I saw your details and all here. People are from different backgrounds like science, mathematics, geology, computer science, library sciences, commerce, management, different are there. I am a teacher of leadership. I'm a teacher of finance and business management. So I give you my examples and how I do it. Based on that, you can relate it with you yourselves, and then slowly we can build on this. Now, let us say I want to teach one concept today. Like we have in business management something called as principles of management. So what I'm trying to do is I'm asking this. Give me a lesson plan about principles of management. Now you can do another thing is this is one directly I'm giving a prompt straight. Alternatively, what you can do is you can create a prompt library of your own. Let me say this. So instead of giving any prompts directly to the AI, you can give a prompt. You can create a Word document. I'm calling this as my prompt library, or let us say prompt directory. Now here, what I want to have is first I want to create a lesson plan. Now create a lesson plan on principles of management. Now this is any one of us can do it. But now what is that I have to do is I'll force the AI to give the output as desired by me. Let us say my class on an average, our class timing is 75 minutes. So if you ask it to give a create a lesson plan on a principles of a management, it will give a lesson plan for 50 minutes, 100 minutes. It doesn't have any clarity. So I'll tell that session time is 75 minutes. I gave you another prompt. So whenever you are giving a prompts to the AI, instead of writing everything in one sentence of a query, make them in a step by step. Now let us say how is that we are going to do this in a step by step is here is in your here. So you have a give me a lesson plan about principles of management. What is that we have to do is to go to the next line. You have to press a shift and enter. So if you give a shift and enter, it will tell you, it takes you to the next line. So next line, or else here we can give session time is 75 minutes. And for whom you are teaching this. So you can say that undergraduate management students. Now this is you give a profile that you want to create a class session for undergraduate management students. And then you can also mention that undergraduate management students with no knowledge of, or we can say that undergraduate management students learning management courses for the first time. So slowly what is that you are doing is because LLM has got so much of a data and so much of widespread, it creates all unnecessary things and gives it to you. So instead to avoid all that, you have to clearly define what exactly it is looking for. Undergraduate management students, and who are learning management course for the first time. And who are learning management course for the first time. Now you have any specific things in your mind also, because if you know that the student's IQ level is there, or if you have any such kind of understanding of that, you can add those. But let us say first we'll start with this. So I created my prompt library. A prompt has been created. Now I'll come here. So I'm using a GPT. So if you want to experiment with multiple, how actually they work and all, so we can try that one also. First is I gave a command for a GPT. Now people are talking a lot about DeepSeek. So we'll also try with the DeepSeek here. And the same prompt we gave for the both. Now you have a lesson plan here. Undergraduate management students. So what are the learning objectives? It is talking about, it gives you the clear learning object, understand the fundamental principles of a management, explain the importance and application of these principles in business, analyze the real life case scenarios, and slowly you have an introduction to icebreaker. So 10 minutes for a introduction and a warm up. So in warm up, icebreaker is one, quick discussion, then objective setting, then another 20 minutes, talk about definition of a management, 14 principles of a management, scientific management, why are these principles are important. Then you have a case discussion for a 15 minutes, small case that you can give to the students and all. Then you have a group activity for about a 20 minutes. Then summary for a 10 minutes, assessment and homework. Now, if you observe this, what I was talking about an innovative pedagogy, how is it we have to give an innovative pedagogy? Just what is the characteristics of an innovative pedagogy? It should be centric, active learning, collaborative learning, then individual learning plans, real world relevance, soft skills and all. What are the benefits and all? If you look at the lesson plan here, now your lesson plan more or less contains all this content. Now you, without, in the sense, telling the AI saying that I want to have an innovative pedagogy on this. So it clearly explain what is your objectives, how your session plan to be, what is the warm up that you ask. So here ask the students to list the 3 words to come their mind when they hear about the word management. So this creates an interaction in the class. Then what does the managers do, or where do we see for management in a daily life? General observations. So that means you are trying to interact with the students in this. This is one output of a class interaction. We'll see what is a DeepSeek gave to you. So introduction outline, it also is talking about ice-breaking activity. Students, what comes to your mind when you hear about the word management? Write the responses on the board and briefly discuss the common themes. Overview of the session for 5 minutes. Core content delivery, definition of a management, discussions, introduction of Henry Fayol's 14 principles, then functions of a management, interactive sessions for 15 minutes, recap for 10 minutes, homework and a reflection, materials required. Now we start any class with the saying that, okay, this is the topic that I have to do. Now, what is the time that we are spending on it? Hardly at 2 minutes. Now, let us say a teacher is there teaching for multiple courses. So prompt is same. Now you have a copy, your prompt library is there. And tomorrow I want to teach the students lesson plan on scientific management. The same is there. This is another topic, scientific management, or let us say plan on various theories of management. I created another session plan. Now, as I have a prompt library with me, I copy this one and go back to my AI tools. This time we try with a different AI tool, Gemini. So we'll ask Gemini to create a prompt for this. So I'm asking the Gemini, and also let me try with the Copilot also. If you see here, so it is giving you a structure. Select the theories: classical management theory, human relations theory, systems theory, and structure the lesson flows: introduction, theory by theory, comparisons, allocation of a timing, for which session how much time you have to give, then develop a lesson materials and all, like your PowerPoint slides, handouts. So refine classes and all. Now we'll see what a Copilot gave us. Now 75 minutes, a breakdown is there. Warm up the students, activity, briefly discuss what management means in importance and organization. Classical management theories 15 minutes, scientific management, administrative theories, behavioral. Okay, now this is the entire session for the first day. Now, if you observe from all these, one thing is a common that you have to start your session with an icebreaker, in the sense some concepts that you have to give. Now, ice breaking is, each has got a different icebreakers. One asks a question, one asks a queries, or let us say we'll create another prompt here. Now, give me an icebreaker, or give me 5 ideas of icebreaker for to teach a topic on, just I'm copying the principles of management here. Right. Now, in a sense, we don't have any idea of what is the icebreaker and how it works and all. So simply now go to the Gemini, or as we started the chat GPT with this query. So we'll ask here, give me 5 ideas of icebreakers to teach a topic of a, or to teach or to introduce topic of, to introduce the topic of, introduce our topic of a principles of management. Now you have ideas here. Ask your student, if you were the CEO of a company for 1 minute, what would be your first decision? Give them a 30 seconds to think and answer it. Or display a bag with objects representing different managerial functions, cloaks, and so forth. And ask the students how each item relates to manager's role. Business scenario dilemma. You run a cafe, suddenly half of your staff calls sick during the busy weekend. What do you do? Minute manager sketch, the perfect manager. Now you got a different ideas, in the sense to how is it to start with an icebreaker of a class. Instead of having 1, now you have a 10. Now, apart from this, if you want to have any other activities also, you can design with the icebreakers. All right. Now, once these icebreakers are done, then let us say what exactly that you want. You want to have some cases or flip it, like as we said that flipped classroom. If you look at the assignment and all, it talks about you share the notes to your students and let them read and come to the class. Right. In such a scenario, what we can do is for a flipped classroom. Now you go to your prompt library, or a prompt library, where you talk about what is that. Now we want to give a notes to the students so that they come read and come to the class. Now we'll create a notes here. We don't as I'm, so let us say create a reading note about 500 to 1000 words on principles of management. This is one. Second is that we define our profile here. So here undergraduate students and who are reading for the first time, we copy this profile and we add a profile undergraduate management students who are learning management courses for the first time. This is the profile that we gave. Then how is that your reading note structure should be? Note structure. Start with an introduction. Give a real world context. Then give the definitions. Then highlight the principles. For each principle, give a real life example. Language. Language should be simple and easy to understand. Then if you have any other constraints, examples, images, so and so forth, you can ask it. Now, what is that I'm doing is taking this, then going back to the same AI. Now I'm giving a prompt. Similarly, whichever is good, let us take another one. Principles of DeepSeek. Here also we'll give a same prompt. So the two different tools, what are two different materials that they give? Now here, if you observe, so principles of management introduction is given, and a real world context, consider a well-known company like a McDonald's despite organizing and all. Then definition of a management and principles of a management, key principles of a management. So if you look at each principles of management, it has got an explanation and example, explanation and example, and examples are of a real life. All the principles are explained here with a suitable examples. So 14 principles, 14 explanations, examples and all. Now, if you want to have a more in-depth of these principles and all, you can do that. But let me show you one more. So here, and what our DeepSeek said. So DeepSeek also gave you each classification. Now you take two examples from here and there, combine them, whichever is appropriate for you, you can share with the students and all. Now this is one way. And next is what is we are talking about is in case of learning and all, innovative teaching methods, peer teaching plays more relevance or importance in the students' learning. Now we many times, because at IPE, as I mentioned you, IPE is located at the Shamirpet campus, and we have 1,000 students in all, of which around 600 stays at campus residential, and 400 travel daily. Now these students who are there staying in a campus in the evenings, what they do is generally at a cafeteria, at a ground, playground, football ground, we have indoor stadium here and there. They sit and they keep on discussing what are the things that are discussed in the class, and what are the learnings that they have. As many of the social welfare residential colleges, whether it's a tribal welfare, social welfare, minority welfare and all, there also this system is the same. The students will be there in a campus 24/7. So after class sessions also, many times the students keep on discussing what is happening in a class, or what happened in a class, and what is the learning that they have. They exchange their thoughts and all. So similar kind of a things, what we can do is we can ask our AI also similar things. Now in a prompt library, we say that, okay, act like a senior student in the class who have good understanding of principles of management. and explain these concepts to your juniors, or your act like a, not a senior, we'll mention that. Act like a student in the classroom who have good understanding of principles of management. Explain these concepts to your classmates in a more in an informal way of conversation. So you are Mr. Ram, and your friends are Kalyani, Naresh, Swati, Rakesh, and Funny. So, and explain the concept and clarify their doubts. Now, what I'm trying is, you are giving a role of a one student as a one faculty, in the sense a peer role, and you are giving a its team in the sense as a classmates. And now how the conversation happens. Now, if you create these kind of a conversations and all, if you see this and you share this with your students, mark my word, they love these conversations. Just let me, and here also we say that the students are studying in a university located in India. So that the conversations, like in the sense the informal talks and all, mostly Indian context. Now we ask the Gemini for this, and then we also ask the GPT. Now, there is nothing wrong in experimenting with multiple AIs. So what happened? Just let me. So we'll see how this conversation happens. Yeah. So here my thought process to generate Ram's explanation went like this. Understand the persona. Ram is a good student, so on and so forth. Structure of a conversation, informal language tone, content breakdown. So this is how the AI background works. Now this is how it is saying that how it actually worked. All right. Now here you see that all right, get settled down, so and so forth. A bit heavy. Now let us try and make sense of the simple terms. Chai break style. Now Kalyani, Naresh, Swati, Fun, you all seem to bit glazed over there. Kya hua? Too much theory first thing in the morning. Yeah, I'm honest, it was a lot. Classical human relation systems, my head is springing. This is how the informal conversation happens among the students. Now, good question, Kalyani. See, think of like this: management, organizing, working, so and so forth. Now, each has got, so like in a factory, everything is standardized. Exactly, Naresh. Now, this is a conversation which has been built on the topic. Now, two ways of looking at is this. First is, we have a flipped classroom where you shared the notes with your students and thought that the notes may not be as good as for the students to understand, because normally if it is going from a theoretical flow of things, monologue, students may not like it very much. Then the same monologue, how is it the peer learning happens in a classroom? Now you converted the same conversations into a different style, like a dialogue kind of a conversations, where peer learning, one of the students is explaining the concepts to the remaining other students in a class. Now, this is how the learning happened in a class. So, out of the class, so peer learning is happening, and now the students will be very interested to read these conversations than the flipped classroom note that we shared with the students. So, make a students now this kind of a writing and all, as a teachers, if you have to this dialogues and script writing and all, it takes ages and ages of time. Months and days also not sufficient to write a skit or a story or a conversation like this. But AI built you this conversation within a few minutes, just with a 5-6 minutes of a thought. Now, as you have your prompt directory here, or your prompt library, next time simply change this word understanding instead of a principles of a management. Here you give another concept, management theories, and put it there. You want to change the names of the friends and all, change it and give it again. So by having this prompt directory or a prompt library, you can make multiple things. Now, this is in the sense, let us say we conversation has been happened, the theories has been discussed, then it has give you what you say is the notes required for you, even the flipped classroom notes what you have. Then uh, then you have a conversations. Peer learning is also being done. Now, once a peer learning and these two all done, the next thing comes into your mind is how is that I assess whether my students learn the concepts or not. There are multiple ways of doing this, in the sense you can do this with by having a multiple choice questions, or creating a crossword puzzle, or word search kind of a thing, so and so forth. Now let me give a try. Let us say we want to experiment with a crossword puzzle with these same concepts. Instead of typing all the things again and again and again, for the above reading note and conversations, create a crossword puzzle. So create a crossword puzzle. I'm saying that number of words, let us say I'm giving number of words 16, and output type 2-column, first column word, second column clue. So now you already prepared the flipped classroom, and notes has been prepared and conversation has been done. Now you are interested to assess whether the student learning is happening among the students or not. Now you ask this query, then yeah, same will check here also. And we save this because we type it directly there. We put the same thing in our prompt library also, so that next time you simply change the conversation, crossword puzzle, conversation and all, you can ask it. Now you'll see. Yeah. Now this has created a crossword puzzle for you. Management, Henry Foyle, division, authority, responsibility. These are the keywords which are there in your document only. In the sense, the flipped class notes which has been given by you, it is there in the same notes. Responsibilities are there, clues are there. Now you can use this as a flashcards also. Now, instead of, if you say that, okay, preparing a crossword puzzle is difficult for me, I can't go with this. Now simply use these clues as a flashcards. Now let's say in the class, so take a flashcard, say that the process of planning, organizing, leading and controlling is what. So, and you give a points to the students. Make a, let us say if your classroom is being into 3 rows, row 1, row 2, row 3, make it as a kind of a quiz or activity. So each row has to give an answer. If they give a right answer, give a 10 points, wrong answer minus point. So pass the question 5 points. Now clues are there, you use this. Or you can also use these things for a scrambled words or a word search you can create. Now, or you write these words, jumbled words onto your board and ask the students to reframe the words, a scrambled word kind of a thing. So by doing these kind of activities, what happens is students don't need to memorize the things. They just simply, what I mean to say is involve into it and do the activities. So this is another thing that you can do. You can use the same words for scramble, for multiple, in the sense as a flashcards or as an introduction to the course or assignment at all. And finally, let us say you want to take an assessment of this. Create a or 10 multiple choice questions from the above topic. Answer options should be 4. So I'm asking you to give a multiple choice questions of 10. Now, who is the father of 14 principles? Henry Foyle, so and so forth. Your question 1, question 2, question 3. So you have, if you look at this, interactive lessons, you can have a hands-on activities, simulations are there, flipped classroom is there, peer teaching is there, peer feedback is there. Then, yeah, we will come to the personalized learning and case-based, project-based learnings. Now, if you want to create a group discussions on this, as we said, you have a clues, give them a clues and ask them for a group discussions and all. Next coming is the project-based learning. Now, go back to your AI. Act like a professor of management and give a project assignment to your students as defined above on the above topic. Just I'm writing some randomly. So as students defined above and on the above topic, it should be a project based learning pedagogy and give 5 project assignments for the students. Now you have a project case study analysis 1. So project case study analysis 1, management principles in action. Identify principles, real life examples, discuss the challenges, submit the report in output type, presentation, startup simulation, live observations. And so on and so forth. It will give you, you ask for 5 different projects. It will give you 5 different ideas. Give this project assignment to our students, let them work on it and submit the presentations and give them a time, 1 day, 2 days or 3 days time. And so that students will actively involve in putting whatever the learning that they made in a classroom, the theoretical concepts, they try to relate this with the real world. And in the process, if they are using a technology, if they are using AI tools to get get this content and all, or if they are using a computer, they are browsing the internet, whatever that they are doing, let them do so that they come here and they'll have some exposure for a real life things. So who is the CEO of the company, what is happening in this company, what is happening there, that. So finally, if you take a presentation, then it, in the sense, all the key skills that the recruiters are looking at, their conceptual skills, their team building skills, and then their soft skills, communication skills, computing skills, all the skills which a student required to survive in her career can be enhanced with this. Now, what is it we did here is, I just summarized the content for the day, what we have discussed. I started with a very simple note saying that I started with to create a, just give me, create a session plan. We started with creating a session plan. Then we flipped classroom reading. This has been done based on a flipped classroom reading. Then we did on a peer teaching. Once peer teaching is done, then to assess the students and all, we give a feedbacks, peer feedback, or whichever you say that your assessment, that is informal assessment using a crossword puzzle or word search. You can create this with the same words. You can do multiple things, word search, or you can create a scramble, or you can what is that you can do is you can do a flashcards. This can be done. Then you can build a multiple choice questions to test their learning. And then once this multiple choice questions assessment is done, you can also give a project based learning, then case studies. So that means when you're talking about one activity, in the sense, so this is a flow of a pedagogy, in the sense you start from, you are using an AI tool for entire gambit. Nowhere you have used your, let us say, took a strain. So, and all this, everything has happened in a around 30-40 minutes. As I am explaining it, it took a time. Once you do on your own, it takes around a 15 to 20 minutes of a time for you to do all these things. So starting from whatever the content that you have to create for your one session, from that point to the entire thing, in the sense what is that required for innovative pedagogy for entire class, can be developed with the your large language models. So with these points, I hope I'm done with my presentation. Then yeah, if you have any queries to ask, you can. So I'll try to answer some of your queries wherever is possible. Mm. Where is that? My yeah, participants, you can, if you have any of you have a queries, you can ask questions. I'll try to answer them. Funnier, you can allow the participants to unmute their mics and ask the questions. Spandana or audience, am I audible? You are all there or left for the day? I have some query here. Plagiarism due to paraphrasing. Boss, when you are giving a study material to your students, reading it and all, don't worry about the plagiarism because you are not publishing it anywhere, not saying anything. So don't worry about plagiarism. Yeah, paraphrasing you can do because there are typical AI generated words are there. You can reframe it according to your students' level of understanding and all. You can paraphrase them. So for giving a student notes, giving a crossword puzzles or preparing this, you don't need to worry about plagiarism. Can AI target the teaching jobs? No, boss. AI can't. AI can help in the sense do some teaching here and there, but AI can't replace the teachers. Yeah, funny garu. Any of you are there? Just let me know. Try to. We are unmuting you. Which is a simple tool to learn quickly. OpenAI GPT is one, then Gemini. These are the two tools which you can rely on working or experimenting. I guess now we are all enabled your audio. You can ask your questions.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Ritika ji. Please ask.
Sir, I had a question. When we are using AI because they say there is prompt engineering.
Yeah.
So, do we have some specific prompts which we need to use, or we can just use a simple language while chatting with AI?
No, prompts are instructions that you give. So normally prompts that you can give as a character in the sense like as I asked you, act like gave a prompt to AI, act like a student, act like a teacher, act like a professor. That you can give a prompt. Then you can also give a prompts like what kind of output that you are looking at, table outputs, likewise. So there is nothing in the sense there are common course. Tomorrow I'll give you a simple example, some examples of what kind of a prompts that we can give. Prompt words. Somebody is asking using of a more and dependable on AI is a good in the future. Yes, sir. Boss, see, I'll tell you many times. I tell when I started my career in the sense when I'm doing my MBA program, computer itself is a scarce. So that time anyone is doing MCA program, mean we see them as a like astronauts or scientists and all. Today you look at even a newborn baby with a 1 2 years are using a technology, using a computer. So you can't stop the revolution which is happening. We have to sail, and yeah, future it is always technology will be there forever, and you have to adopt to it. That's it. No, AI content is not accepted in research.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon, Teju. Please.
Sir, with the AI, I use more on formulations. I will develop with my innovation. With my innovation, I will do formulation calculation by quantities. All I check through AI, sir. So the matter which for the thesis, can I taken from the AI?
Yeah, you
Since
can
it
take.
shows the
Yeah, in
plagiarism.
the sense you are teaching for courses like chemistry kind of a thing, or which kind of formulations you are talking about? See, plagiarism with the plagiarism is a concept which you look at only when you are talking about a research paper publications. So as long as you are not doing publishing a research papers, not copying someone's idea and claiming that this is my idea, there is no problem of plagiarism. Yeah, please share some details about creating personalized learning for students with the help of AI. So for doing this in the sense personalized learning for an AI, there is something called as a profile mapping of individuals. Now, just you can take any profile mapping tool, give it to your student, ask them to fill that profile mapping for your subject. In the sense, you can give a questionnaire to your student saying that which concepts you are learning, we are good at, you are weak at, and all. Take that Word document, upload it to the generative AI, and ask it to define the profile of the student. Once it defines a profile, then you can ask that what kind of a pedagogy or how is that I can train these students. You can do that. So first you have to make AI to understand your student's profile. That can happen with if you design a small behavioral questionnaire and give it to the student, take the feedback in a Word document, upload that Word document to the AI large language model, and ask it to define a profile of the student. That can be done. All these research paper publications and all, we talk on the third day. Yes, boss, I am not able to understand why you're not able to, why you're confusing with this. Anything that you take from AI is a plagiar because that is not your work. You're simply asking it what AI is doing. It is going to the Google, collecting it from 10 different places, bringing and giving to you. Obviously, that is not your work. When it is not your work, it shows a plagiar only. And nobody is asking you to write a research paper using AI. You take assistance of AI, get an idea on what to do it, and simplify your work. Instead of working at 30 hours of work, you do it at 10 hours and uh, put more of your efforts. Simply taking from AI and putting it as research paper publication, it's a plagiar. It is not at all allowed. Data analysis tools, I'll handle on third day. I have some tools which help you to do a data analysis and all. We'll handle on day 3. Any other questions? Okay, I guess now we are done. So anyone from host college, could you please conclude the session? Muted. Yeah, just check. Now you can unmute yourself.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, Kundanji, please. You want to ask a question or we can conclude? Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Yes, please. Yeah, Imran, please
Hello.
ask.
Imran. Sir, good afternoon, sir.
Yep.
I am from Jamia College of Education, assistant professor. Sir, my question is that uh, as we are using AI, you said like, but there is a paid version or there is a non-paid version.
Yes.
So if we will use non-paid version and somebody have that capability, that economic resources, he will take paid version. There may be there may be gap between these two people. So is there no effect?
No, why
That
is
is
that?
my question.
No, there is a,
Yes,
see, basic inputs that the AI gives you the same, but only when you go for a paid versions, what advantage you'll have is you can have a more queries. Let us take, for example, there is a one AI tool, Claude is there. Now, in a free version, on any given day, it will help you to give 10 to 20 prompts. On there is a limit.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And if you go for a paid version, it will ask you to unlimited access to it.
Okay, okay. So
But the outcome will
there
be the
is
same.
no,
Yeah.
sir, there is no problem with quality of
No,
content.
there is no problem in a quality.
So that is the, if we will go to paid version. So there is clearly is there any inequality, sir? So that is the my question.
No. There is no distribution in a quality of the output.
So
Only this
quality is okay,
quality is the
but
same,
only
quantity is different.
number of time is
Yeah.
the non-paid is go to only 10 time or 20 time maybe.
Yes.
So there is so we are depending on Western technology. Why we are not develop our country? So we will provide to all in
No,
equal manner.
yeah, India is also working on its own API now. India is also have Bison its own AI tools. Recently,
Because
our Science and Technology Ministry is saying that India is going to have its own AI platforms also.
so sir, I use this 10 time or I think so. There is uh, so when I am so I found there is a lack of quality in content. So I thought maybe
It
those who
takes
are
time gradually to build this. Right?
okay, okay. Thank you,
Yeah.
sir. Thank you very much.
And for all the participants who are here, we are not sharing the feedback form on a daily basis. So there will be only one feedback form which will be shared with you all on March 15th. And here the certificates are not automatically downloaded. We look at your attendance, we look at your response to your feedback form, comparing all these, only eligible candidates will be given the attendance. Now we see that there is a registrations, we have 360, hardly we have 170 or 180 participants, 50% only. Now when it comes to certificate, everyone is submitting a Google form, feedback form and downloading a certificate. That is not going to happen with this FDP program. You have to learn, you have to listen, you have to learn, you have to give feedback, then only you get a certificate. Nothing is free. And attendance sheet, no attendance is attendance. Zoom, we automatically fetch the attendance. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Done. Done from my side. Magic School AI we discuss tomorrow. Oh, people are aware of a Magic School and asking me, what is it? Yeah, you can leave the meeting. I guess the host college people are not there. So
we are here, sir.
So conclude the program, then we can close because people are eager to leave. Yeah, recording is available. We'll share the link.
Sir, I am D. Vijaya from Tribal Welfare Sadhana Degree College, sir.
Yeah, Vijay, please.
Sir, I would like to express a vote of thanks for today's session. It's my privilege, sir. I could learn many things from your session, sir.
Thank you.
And in future, I will learn, clear my many doubts through AI, sir, as you suggested. I This I did not know before, that I can make an MCQs and all from the chat GPT or AI, sir.
Okay.
So
Okay.
thank you so much, sir. I think many of the participants gain knowledge, sir. Thank you, sir. We are looking forward for your tomorrow's session. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Vijay. Thank you very much.
Sir, this is Spandana. Actually, we are muted from long time, sir, so I couldn't respond. So
Okay.
for today, we shall conclude the session, sir. Tomorrow we shall meet at same time, like 12:30.
12:30 or 2:30.
Yeah, 2:30.
Yeah.
I request all the participants join at 2:30 tomorrow. And feedback form you'll be getting after the 3-day program. Thank you so much for your participation, everyone.
Thank you.